Well, I'd just like to say to all my fans out there who supported me for all these years, come to my shows, bought my records, requested my songs on the radio. Thank you so much.
Howdy, music lovers! Welcome back to our channel where we explore the lives and legacies of the world's most iconic stars. Today, we're putting on our cowboy boots and diving into the incredible journey of the one and only King of Country, George Strait. Before we kick off this musical adventure, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to our channel. Let's get started. All right, folks, let's dive into the world of the King of Country, George Strait, and explore how this legendary musician likes to spend his hard-earned cash when he's not serenading us with his chart-topping hits. First off, it's no secret that George Strait is a man of the great outdoors. When he's not on stage or in the studio, you can often find him indulging in his love for hunting and fishing. He's been known to spend a pretty penny on high-quality gear and equipment to make the most of his outdoor adventures. From top-notch fishing rods to state-of-the-art hunting gear, George doesn't skimp on his outdoor hobbies. Now, let's talk about his passion for golf. George Strait is an avid golfer, and he's not shy about investing in his game. He's been known to hit the links at some of the most prestigious golf courses around the country. And when you're playing at that level, you need the best clubs, the best balls, and the best gear. So it's safe to say that a good chunk of his money goes towards keeping his golf game in tip-top shape. But it's not all about sports and the outdoors for George. He's also got a deep appreciation for Western art and culture. In fact, he's been known to collect and invest in Western art pieces that catch his eye. His love for the Western aesthetic is also reflected in his music and his personal style, making it a significant part of his life both on and off the stage. And let's not forget about his love for aviation. George Strait is a licensed pilot and he's got his own private jet to prove it. Talk about traveling in style. Having his own jet allows him to get from one concert venue to the next with ease, and it's a testament to his love for all things aviation. But perhaps one of the most heartwarming ways George Strait spends his money is through his charitable endeavors. He's been known to support various causes, including military veterans and children's hospitals. He even founded the Vaqueros del Mar Invitational Golf Tournament and Concert, which raises money for various charities. It's clear that giving back is a big part of who George Strait is. From outdoor adventures to golf, Western art, aviation, and charitable causes, George Strait knows how to enjoy his success while also making a difference. It's just another reason why he's not only a legend in country music, but also a true inspiration to his fans. So let's dive into the personal life and relationships of this one and only country singer. You know, despite his massive fame and success, George has always been known for keeping his personal life relatively private. But there are some beautiful and inspiring parts of his story that he's shared with us over the years. First off, let's talk about his rock-solid marriage. George met his wife, Norma, back in high school. Can you believe that? High school sweethearts that made it work long-term. They tied the knot in Mexico in 1971, and they've been going strong ever since. In a world where celebrity marriages often seem to blink out as fast as a shooting star, George and Norma's love story is a testament to enduring love and commitment. Now, their family life hasn't always been easy. George and Norma have 2 children, Jennifer and George Jr., also known as Bubba. Tragically, Jennifer passed away in a car accident in 1986 when she was just 13 years old. It was an unimaginable loss that no parent should ever have to face. George has said that his faith and his family helped him through that incredibly difficult time. He's also paid tribute to Jennifer in his music, with songs like You'll Be There and I Saw God Today. George Jr., on the other hand, has grown up to follow in his dad's footsteps, at least in part. He's a professional rodeo competitor, which fits right in with the Strait family's love for the cowboy lifestyle. And get this, George Jr. even has a few acting credits to his name, including a role in the movie Pure Country, where he starred alongside his dad. Through all the ups and downs, George Strait's personal life has been marked by resilience, love, and a strong sense of family. It's clear that his relationships with his wife, his children, and his faith have been the foundation that supported him throughout his incredible career. And that, my friends, is something truly worth admiring. Today we're going to touch on a very sensitive and emotional topic in George Strait's life: the tragic loss of his daughter Jennifer, and the near miss that his son, George Jr., also known as Bubba, experienced. It's a heartrending part of George's story, but it's also a testament to his strength and resilience. In 1986, George and his family were struck by an unimaginable tragedy. Their daughter Jennifer was just 13 years old when she was killed in a car accident. It's a loss that no parent should ever have to endure, and it hit the Strait family incredibly hard. George has spoken openly about how devastating Jennifer's death was and how it affected their lives. But what many people don't know is that just a few years later, the Strait family faced another terrifying ordeal. In 1989, George Jr., who was then 17, was involved in a serious car accident. The details of the accident are not widely known, but what we do know is that it was a close call. Thankfully, Bubba survived the accident, but it must have been an incredibly frightening time for the family, especially considering the loss they had already suffered. In a recent interview, George opened up about how the thought of losing his son as well was almost too much to bear. He said, "I just can't imagine my life if I had lost Bubba too. It's unthinkable." It's a heartbreaking statement that really drives home the emotional toll these experiences have had on him. The loss of Jennifer and the near loss of Bubba have undoubtedly shaped George's life and his music. He's paid tribute to Jennifer in several of his songs, and the pain and love that he pours into those lyrics are a powerful reminder of what he's been through. But through it all, George has shown incredible strength and resilience, continuing to make music and inspire his fans. It's important to remember that even our biggest idols face immense challenges and tragedies. The loss of a child is something that no one should ever have to experience, and our hearts go out to George and his family for what they've been through. But let's take our minds off the bad news and talk about the financial side of the singer. George Strait has been churning out hit after hit since the early 80s. With a whopping 60 #1 singles, he's not just the king of country, he's the king of the charts too. Each of these hits has added some serious cash to his pockets. Between album sales, streaming royalties, and songwriting credits, Strait's music alone has made him a fortune. But the music is just the start. Next up, we've got his tours. George Strait is known for his massive sold-out shows. His final tour, The Cowboy Rides Away, grossed a staggering $100 million alone. That's right, folks. Just one tour brought in nearly $100 million. And that's not even counting his residency in Las Vegas, which has been packing in the crowd since 2016. Now let's talk about endorsements. When you're as big a name as George Strait, companies come knocking, and they come knocking with big checks. He's endorsed everything from Wrangler jeans to Resistol hats, and each of these deals has added to his net worth. And we can't forget about his acting career. Strait has starred in several films, including Pure Country and The Soldier. While these might not have been Hollywood blockbusters, they certainly added to his bank account. So, just how much has all this added up to? Well, according to Celebrity Net Worth, George Strait is worth a cool $300 million. That's right, folks, $300 million. Not too shabby for a country boy from Texas, huh? Okay, folks, let's dive into the world of country music legend, George Strait, and take a peek at his real estate portfolio. You know, when you're the king of country, you deserve to live like royalty. And George Strait certainly does. First off, let's talk about his main residence. George Strait and his wife Norma call the beautiful state of Texas home. They've settled down in the exclusive community of the Dominion in San Antonio. This gated community is known for its luxury homes and high-profile residents. Their home is a sprawling estate that offers plenty of privacy and space for the country star to unwind and enjoy time with his family. Now, you might be wondering, What does a country music legend do with all that Texas land? Well, George Strait is not just a singer, he's also a passionate rancher. He owns several ranches across Texas, including one in Cotulla and another in Encinal. These ranches aren't just for show. Strait is actively involved in cattle ranching and even has his own brand of beef called Cotago beef. How's that for living the country life? But it's not all about Texas for George Strait. The country star also owns a stunning oceanfront property in Cabo San Lucas, Mexico. This luxurious vacation home is the perfect getaway for Strait and his family when they want to escape the Texas heat and enjoy some beach time. And let's not forget about his investment properties. George Strait is a savvy businessman and has invested in various real estate ventures, including commercial properties and land development projects. He's even dabbled in the world of golf course ownership, having previously owned the Valor Creek Golf Club in Blanco, Texas. From luxurious homes to sprawling ranches and beachfront getaways, the king of country certainly knows how to live like a king. You know, success has its perks, and for George, that includes a pretty impressive collection of rides. Now, George has always been a down-to-earth guy, and that reflects in his choice of vehicles. He's not one to flaunt around in flashy sports cars or luxury rides. Instead, he prefers something a bit more practical and rugged, something that suits his country roots. Let's start with his love for trucks. George has been spotted numerous times driving around in his Ford F-150. It's a classic American truck, perfect for both work and play. And knowing George, it's not just for show. He probably uses it for hauling gear, or maybe even for some good old-fashioned off-roading. But the crown jewel of his collection has got to be his 1957 Chevrolet 1500 step-side pickup truck. This beauty is a classic, and George has been seen cruising around in it, especially during parades or special events. It's a real head-turner, with its sleek design and vintage charm. George also has a soft spot for classic cars. He's been known to own a few, including a 1952 Chevrolet Style Line Deluxe. But it's not all about the classics. George also has a practical side. He's been seen driving a GMC Yukon, a roomy SUV that's perfect for family outings or long road trips. And given his love for the outdoors and his ranch in Texas, it's no surprise that he'd need a vehicle that can handle a bit of rough terrain. And let's not forget about his love for motorcycles. George has been spotted a few times on a Harley-Davidson, cruising down the open road. That's all for today's video. Thanks for tuning in, but the fun doesn't stop here. We've got more incredible videos for you to explore. Keep watching and have a great time.